Good morning. I am on target for everything I was planning to do until just now. Woke up 3:35, took a quick shower, came downstairs, got to my bike. They made me a little spare water sign because I'd been talking about that, but then didn't do it. And so, yeah, then I got to Chevron. A really weird guy was talking to me, talking about end times, and yeah, so he was odd. I'm hoping I don't run into him again. He kind of is going in the same direction as me though on a motorcycle, so there's a decent chance I'll see him again. So anyways, just was being passed up by some cyclists and going down a nice little hills trying to gain some speed in. My chain fell off, so I have to figure that out because I've never done that before, so wish me luck. Okay, well that was easy. Time to go. I just entered the Lake Mead recreational area and I've already found water. It's beautiful. I'm really excited about this. The motorcycle guy did just pass me in the other direction. He yelled something at me, I don't know. I needed to stop and get footage of this water. It's just beautiful and I don't know. I'm going to be kind of removed from the lake, so just wanted to get it while I was here. Oh, I love life. I'm going to not be saying that later today when I'm 10 hours in. Okay. Second issue of the day. Bike has stopped shifting into first gear, which is really annoying on hills. So again, I've never done this before. I'll see how it goes. Hopefully it's not as hard as it all sounds. I'm kind of stuck with second and third gear today, and hopefully that's okay. First sighting of Lake Mead, and the chain fell off again. I hope this doesn't keep happening all day. First little stop of the day. I'm gonna have a couple of hard-boiled eggs that Sandy made for me at the house. I met Pierre here on the road.
Hey, how are you guys?
We biked a little together, but I'm going real slow, so he's gonna see.
Oh yeah, I can't wait for it. I've got like the trip to do. Oh yeah, I am going to Tucson, so yeah, it's not that way to. If I had enough time, I would make it to Salt City.
Yeah.
But now I get enough, and I don't have enough time.
Well, good news. Pierre showed me how to fix first gear, so that's all ready to go. There's just a little screw that I didn't know about. Just adjust that right on. It's starting to heat up, which is making everything feel worse. So I have 44 miles left, according to the sign. I just had a guy who works around here give me 3 little things of Gatorade and some trail mix. Also offered me a ride, which I'm trying to resist taking. I wouldn't take it the whole way, but maybe shave off to make that 44 miles a little more reasonable. Part of me wants to get there anyways, and part of me wants to not worry about whether or not someone's gonna pull over and give me more water when I need it. Because I'm already starting to run low, but that's where the sign will come in handy, I guess. Alright, so for the sake of, you know, life and everything, I accepted a ride up the so the workers on the side of the road were very concerned about my safety going up the giant hill without enough water. So they were able to find me some water and then offered to take me up just the steepest part. So I didn't get a ride all the way to Overton. I think it was maybe like 7 or 8 miles, but it was just straight uphill. So that was going to take me probably all afternoon and was probably going to make it so I couldn't make it into Overton. So I still have another 20 miles to go, which isn't so bad. And again, it's mostly downhill. There's some uphill along the way, but nothing as crazy as what I just bypassed. So I'm cheating a little bit as far as the bike tour is concerned, but my primary goal here is to arrive to Salt Lake City in good condition and able to work my job. So it's alright, I'm okay. P.S. for anyone who thinks that I'm getting off easy and not doing a very hard ride just because I'm taking a little lift here and there, I just want you to appreciate the hill ahead of me, and there's probably more than that coming up. This is not an easy ride. I've just made it doable for my current athletic skills. I constructed this makeshift shade because it's hot as hell. There's no shade anywhere. So this is where I'm stopping for lunch. I've kind of just strapped all my stuff to this tarp to hold it down in hopes that it works and the bike keeps falling over and it's driving me crazy. So I have some real food. I'm 20 miles from Overton. It's hot. Hot. I was walking my bike, really desperate for shade because the tarp thing didn't really work out. It was like knocking everything over. My bike fell over, knocked over my food. I was very angry for like a good 5 minutes. I zened myself down, but yeah, it's just so hot today. I think it's about 93, 95, and yeah, so anyways, I was just half a mile back, and there was a couple who had passed me in Pierre earlier who kind of said hello on their way out, and they were going to Overton and back on their little speedy bikes without anything on it, so cheaters. Anyways, so they were on their way back in, saw me walking my bike, just like, ugh. So they came over and they're like, are you okay? Do you have enough water? You know, like, I just got topped off from, I have so much Gatorade and water now from the guys who gave me the ride up the hill on the other side. So I was like, yeah, I'm okay, I'm just really hot, and I just haven't had a break from the heat since the sun came up, and they're like, oh, if you just drive down the road, you're almost to a shade thing, and the wind comes through, and it's really nice. I was like, excellent. So I pushed through the last half a mile to get here, and I'm now relaxing in the shade, and I am debating whether or not to stop at Echo Bay, which is 10 miles from here, plus 3 miles to get into the campground, but they have like, you know, water and accessories and stuff. But I have lots of water, and I have my sign, and I have food for 3 days. I have so much food. And it's just 20 miles to Overton, so I feel like by the time I've made it 10 miles to Echo Bay, I'm going to end up wanting to go all the way to Overton. But it is really hot, so we'll see how I'm feeling when I get to the exit for Echo Bay. Also, my kickstand, my bike is too heavy, so my kickstand's not doing well again. It's able to actually support the weight if I get the balance right, but it just doesn't balance well with everything in the bag, so it's really frustrating. I lay down for 20 minutes, I'm feeling a lot better. Still tired, of course, but I feel like the hydration is actually sticking inside of my body, and I feel like I can move a little bit. It just feels so much better to be cooled down. It was just so hot. So I do think I'm going to go ahead and try to get to Echo Bay at least, and then see how I'm doing there. Maybe take a break, and then keep going to Overton. It was supposed to be 10 miles from here to Overton, but I think it is actually 20. I am near Echo Bay. It's 3:30. I could still possibly make it to Overton in 2 hours, which would have me there by 5:30 I can do that, which is still early enough to do things. I'm looking at uphill right now, it just looks nasty. It's not that bad of an uphill, but it's that bad when I can barely move on flat right now. But from what I heard, it's a climb to the gate, and then after the gate, it's downhill the whole way into Overton. So I think I'm just gonna go for it and go slow and take my time and drink as much water as I can. I was told that this was a all downhill trip into Overton after the stupid exit in the park, but I'd like you to note that this is a goddamn uphill. This is uphill. And it looks like it keeps going forever! I have made it to Overton. I think I was on the bike for 14 hours. I finally got my hill, but then it flattened out, and I just couldn't barely move, and I felt as if Overton didn't really exist. I was so exhausted and fatigued and hot. I came in and finally found Inside Scoop, which is behind me. It's closed now, but they have Wi-Fi. It's nice. Didn't really leave myself time to set up before night. Wow. So yeah, in summary, everything was so frustrating. The chain kept falling off, the kickstand kept being stupid and like all out of whack. My bike fell over 100 times. My chain kept my gears are all messed up now. I think it's probably from my bike falling over so many times. So getting to first is really hard, getting to third is really hard, and sometimes getting to second is difficult from either one of those once I finally get it. The back chains keep like doing switchy things that are really irritating when I'm trying to like push through a really hard segment. When I tried to set up shade for lunch, like my bike fell over, it knocked over my food. I was so upset. I just wanted some stupid shade. It was so hot all day and there's just no shade anywhere. I finally made it to some shade. And then from there I thought I had 10 miles to go to reach Echo Bay, which was going to be where I stopped if I really thought that I needed to. And from that shade I thought it was 20 miles to Overton, but it turned out that Overton was 20 miles from Echo Bay. And then I had met a group of bikers who all agreed that it was once I reached the gate to get out of the park that it was all downhill to Overton, but really there was hill after hill after hill after hill, and finally it was a downhill. So yeah, just by the end of the day I was just really, not even, frazzled isn't even the right word, just really like, man, just all the little things adding up, and it was just so hot, and I just shouldn't have tried to go so far today. I need to look at the maps and see, oh, my GPS wasn't working all day. It kept, like, it knew where I was, but it kept messing up my routes, it kept messing up how long I had been riding, and like split things up, and then it wouldn't be recording half the time. It just was like a lot of really little, like really frustrating things. It was just really, it was a long, frustrating, really hot day. I'm hoping that tonight goes without incident, and then I can sleep in the morning and then nobody bothers me. If I'm just still feeling frustrated, I may take a second rest day here. We'll see how I'm doing. Anyways, today was rough. Feel better now that I've had food, now that I've been hydrated, now that the sun is gone. So hopefully some sleep and some easygoing tomorrow is going to make me feel better, and I can see how I'm doing mentally after that. Good night.